Good morning. I'm John Hamill, and you are watching Morning Melodies. And this is a morning melody first. This is a request that I got from my daughter Shannon in Oregon. She sent me a message and said, "Hey, could you possibly do The Love of God as a morning melody? I really love the message of that song." And I said, well, let me see if I can play it. So here I am. This is an amazing story. This hymn was written in a packing plant in Pasadena, California, by a German-born Christian named Frederick Lehman. He was born in Germany, and when he was 4 years old, his parents immigrated to America. They settled in Iowa, and when he was 11 years old, he asked Jesus Christ to be his Savior. And later on in his life, he went into ministry and pastored a few churches in the Midwest. But he really loved gospel music. In fact, he had written hundreds of gospel songs and compiled 5 songbooks. In 1917, his finances had gone sour, and he found himself working in a packing plant, moving 30 tons of lemons and oranges a day. One morning when he arrived at work, he had a song forming in his mind. He had been thinking about the limitlessness of God's love, and during one of his breaks, he sat down on an empty lemon crate and jotted down a few words with his pencil. And when he went home, he went to the old upright piano that he had and he began putting music to the words that he had. But he only had 2 verses. And most of the gospel songs back at that time had 3 verses, and he couldn't think of a last verse. And then he remembered some words that he had heard in a sermon that said, "Could we with ink the ocean fill, and were the skies of parchment made, were every stalk on earth a quill, and every man a scribe by trade, to write the love of God above would drain the ocean dry, nor could the scroll contain the whole, though stretched from sky to sky." And those words fit perfectly in that song. He had no idea where they came from, but we know now. They were found written on the walls of an insane asylum. And of course, they really had no idea where they came from. But as we look back, we found out that it was actually written by an 11th century Jewish poet named Meir ben Isaac Nehorai. And it was passed down through the ages, and all put together, we have the song, The Love of God. When years of time shall pass away, and earthly thrones and kingdoms fall, when men on earth refuse to pray, on rocks and hills and mountains call, God's love so sure shall still endure, all measureless and strong, redeeming grace to rich and pure, how measureless and strong, it shall forevermore endure, the saints and angels' song. Yes, my friends, the love of God is immeasurable. You can never outlove God, and his love lasts forever and ever. Till tomorrow, Lord willing, we'll see you for another morning melody. God bless you.